All right, I'm in my car talking to my phone, and if you've been a subscriber for a little bit, you know that this means it's time for another Flint Hills challenge. So most of the Flint Hills challenges, I give myself a handicap, like forehand only, or putter only, or something, or trilogy challenge discs only, or something like that. But this time, I'm out here to birdie 9 straight holes. I'm going full try-hard mode. I've got the dry fit shirt, the athletic shorts, I'm taking my cart and all of my discs. I am ready to go. And that's because I heard a couple weeks ago, Paul Macbeth had a pretty good round. Some are saying it's the best round ever, where he birdied 18 holes. Well, he had an eagle in there and a par, but he shot 18 down through 18 holes. And while that's pretty impressive, I mean, all right, that's okay. I'm going to shoot the perfect round for real and just get 9 straight birdies. So I'm not going to restart. I'm probably not going to get it on my first try. I'm not going to restart every time I take a par. I'm just going to restart the streak. So if I birdie 1 and 2 and take a par on 3, then my streak resets at 4, and I have to birdie 4 through hole 3 the next time around. It's just a 9-hole course. It's very simple, very wide open, but I'm going to challenge Paul's score. Not even close. Anyway, I'm going to try and beat it, and I'm going to try and shoot 9 straight holes. It's 3:15 right now, so I've got about 5 or 6 hours of daylight, so let's hope I get it done before it gets dark. All right, we're here on hole 1. I've got my prime justice in my hand, throwing a little forehand with a right to left wind. It's going to knock it down and hopefully keep it right next to the basket. And you know, I'm really in pursuit of something great here. I'm shooting for perfection. So I'm going to take my time on every putt. I'm putting down my mini. I'm making sure my arm's nice and loose, getting those mental practice throws in before I tap in my 5-footer. Wave to all my adoring fans. I can hear you clapping through the computer screen. Go ahead. Hole 2 here is 215. I have a little bit of a tailwind. Go ahead and throw my Warden there. Dead straight at the basket. I park it again, only about 10 feet away. But you know, you really can't rush this sort of thing. You can't rush perfection. So if you're ever in this situation where you're shooting for perfection, don't worry about your 30 seconds. Just take as much time as you need. See, I step back from my lie. I'm coming up. You know, you really want to make sure that you execute on these shots. Fist pump. I'm happy. I can hear you clapping again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hole 3 here is 337. I have a tailwind, and you can tell I'm testing the tee pad there. That's a Paul Macbeth thing. It's been proven to lower your rating. Raise your rating by at least 50 points. So, you know, I'm going to do it twice just so I shoot at least 1100 rated golf here. And we'll see. This is the only tree on the course. It's just right there. Well, there's some trees on hole 5, but those don't count. This is really the only tree you have to avoid. And I decided to sally my drive straight into it, and that leaves me about 100 feet short. So, good job. The intro. I said if I birdie 1 and 2 and take a 3 on hole 3. Why? Oh, so yeah, things were going pretty good until hole 3. Had a little bit of a speed bump. Not sure what the course designer was thinking, putting a tree there, but I'm gonna try and get back on the road. As Pink said, pretty please, don't you ever feel like you're less than perfect. So I'm gonna just keep the mental attitude like I'm cruising along perfect, and you know, there's a lot of golf left. There's actually infinite holes left if I don't birdie all of them. 5 hours is a long time. Truly inspiring words from myself there, if I do say so. And we're rolling right on here to hole 4. Hole 4 is 340 uphill. I go with a criminal and a tailwind and make a huge putt from a kneeling stance underneath the tree. Wave to all my fans once again. Pink really with some poetry there. Hole 5 here is a little forehand around, and this is parked. I went with a suspect, and you really can't. No, you can rush those. Hole 6 here, I'm going to take my suspect and just throw it very flat down the right side. I would have liked a little bit of hyzer on it, but that's okay. Settles over towards the basket. Wave to all my adoring fans. You know. Yeah, that gag's getting kind of old. I decided to stop waving at this point. There's hole 6. Here we are on hole 7, and this is a headwind now. Dang it. And I tried to throw my suspect and trust it, but I really couldn't because I threw it badly. So that's way left. I'm left with like a 90-footer here that I went ahead and airmailed right past the basket. I thought it was close, but it really wasn't. So hole 8 here is about 330, but this is a dead, probably 10-15 mile an hour headwind, so I'm going criminal fairly hard here. And this leaves me with this 35-footer. Oh, just off the band. Why do you suck at putting? Hole 9 here is a just a little hyzer, wide open shot. Went with the suspect, ended up a little bit long left. And it stays in the basket just barely. Hang on by that last little chain. We'll pick it up some here. Hole 1, I went with the flick justice, ended up left, jam the putt. Hole 2, good job. Hole 3, jam the putt after a verdict and a tailwind. Hole 4. All right, at this point I decided to go home and take a little bit of a break. So a little bit of an intermission here. All right, I'm back on the course. I've got my sunscreen on. I'm limbered up. I'm ready to go. You know me. I got to wear all that sunscreen because I'm very pale. But regardless, I'm here. I'm time to get down to business. I'm ready. Here we go. Hole 1, forehand with a suspect this time because the justice went wide right. Right to left wind, knocks it down. Tap in for 1. Streak is 1. Hole 2, tailwind with the warden. Leave it way short. Wait, what? Oh, 35-footer to tailwind. Airmailed down the right side. Way to go. All right, hole 3 here. Go with a verdict. Looks like a good line out of your hand. Straight through the gap. Missed the only tree on this freaking course. End up left side. Jam the putt. Way to go. All right, streak is 1. We're heating up some. Bringing back an old gag that nobody wanted. Tailwind shot on hole 4. Throw the verdict. Saw it off on way too much hyzer. End up left underneath your favorite tree. I'm so good at throwing underneath this tree. And then get mad when the wind doesn't make your putter go in the basket. Way to go. Hole 5, parked. Streak of 1. Hole 6, throw it flat again rather than throwing it on a hyzer. Good job. Wind blows it left. Settles, leaves you about 25, 30 feet. I'm not sure if I'm talking in first person, second person, or third person at this point. Regardless, we all made a good putt there. Hole 8 here, I think with the verdict, got it a little bit too high. It sailed left side down the middle of that. I've got about a 50-footer coming up the hill here. It's very high uphill with a left to right wind. Jam, no problem. I'm pretty good at this game right now. Hole 8. Again with a headwind, going with a criminal. Out to the right side, let the wind pick it up and fade it. And that is absolutely handicap parking. Underneath the basket for that hole, that's pretty good. Hole 9 here. That oh no in slow motion just still haunts me to this day. I decided to throw it straight at the truck, leave myself a 35-footer that I airmailed down the right side. Cool! On to hole 1. Forehand with the blend suspect. Underneath the basket. Go ahead and tap it in, bud. You done good. Streak of 1. Hole 2. Go with the warden. Throw it way too hard and way too flat. Dang it. That's okay. I got a 35-footer here with a left to right wind. In the basket, barely over the rim. Streak of 2. Moving on to hole 3. 337 with a tailwind. Out of your hand, straight at the pole. What are you doing, you moron? Oh, we're fine. We're fine. Right in front of the pole. Ends up parking it right underneath the basket. A little bit past it. End up with a 10-footer. Yes, we know it almost hit the pole because you threw it at the pole. Hole 4 here. Go with the verdict. Throw it straight down into the ground. Somehow it lifts, rises, ends up about 10 feet past the basket. You lucky son of a gun right there. Hole 5. Go with a little forehand. I didn't show the shot last time because it was really good. So if I'm showing this shot this time, it probably means it's really bad. And guess what it is? It went way too high. Sallied it. It's short right about 25 feet. Jam. Streak of 5. Let's go. Hole 6, I finally learned how to throw a hyzer. And is parked underneath the basket. I mean, really, this isn't even hard at this point, guys. Why? I don't even know. I'm bored. Hole 6 here, go with a verdict. Finally keep it low this time. Down the right side, settled on that very fast grass there. Right next to the basket. 5-footer for 2. Streak of 7. Moving on to hole 8 here. Go with the criminal. Throw it way too far right. Wait, what? Oh my goodness. Skip over there. Nope. All right, cool. 35-footer. This was the most stressful putt of the day. I just wanted to go home at this point. Made it for 8, and we're coming on to hole 9 here. Now, hole 9, I have a streak of 8 going. I really need to get this one. So I'm just laying up, but oh my gosh, it goes in the basket. Holy cow. He shot 10 down through 9 holes. That's better than perfect. He's the next Paul Macbeth. Actually, just kidding. I don't know why I thought that would be funny. I ended up settling about 5 foot deep and left. And that's how to birdie 9 holes straight. You just got to play 30 holes. So at the end of the day, it was actually 30 holes because I played 12 and then went home and then came back and played 18. It was very hot, very windy out there, and this course is wide open. So if anything, this makes Paul Macbeth's round even more impressive to me because it took me this hard to birdie 9. It took me this long to birdie 9 holes straight, and he birdied 18. That's insane. So go watch that coverage. I think Jomaz has the round out, so definitely catch up on that. If you're new here, I do these challenges fairly often, not in this exact format, but make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, and drop in the comments down below. Tell me what the longest birdie streak you've ever been on. Have you ever gotten 9 in a row? Or I think Germ got like 23 or something like that at a tournament once. That's pretty insane. So let me know down in the comments, and we'll see you next week.